3 years ago, I was 24. I'm 27 now. Back then, I worked as a courier delivery driver. I always took the evening shift because, well, when your shift ends late at night, the roads are quiet. No traffic, no chaos. Perfect for getting home fast. That night felt completely ordinary. No hint, no sign that it would become the strangest night of my entire life. I had 3 deliveries that day. Only one was left. The last one. And it was in a place I'd never visited before. Right before starting the road, my cousin Mia called. She was babysitting my nephew and wanted me to stop by after work. I told her, "Just one delivery left. I'll come right after." She laughed and said, "You're always out late at night. One day, something's gonna follow you home." I laughed it off. If I had known how real her words would become, I would have driven straight home. It was 8 p.m. I entered the address into my GPS and froze for a second. It was leading me to the half-abandoned rural side of town, a place where nobody really lives anymore. Old wooden houses, overgrown yards, a road so empty not even a stray cat walks after sunset. But work is work, so I drove. As soon as I turned into that neighborhood, I noticed something unsettling. Not a single house had its lights on. 3 or 4 collapsing structures, doors creaking in the wind, like no one had lived there for years. But the GPS insisted, "You've arrived at your destination." I checked again. Correct address. Still no fear, just a weird discomfort. Delivery drivers get this feeling sometimes. The house was at the very end of the road. Old, but looked like someone might be renovating it. One dim yellow light glowed behind a window. So, someone was home. And beside the door hung a small red lantern. Strange. Who uses a red lantern nowadays? Maybe a decoration. I rang the doorbell. Silence. Rang again. This time I heard footsteps, slow, soft ones, coming from inside. I stood still, package in hand. The door opened. A woman stood there, early 40s, beautiful, slightly messy hair, holding a mug. She looked like the kind of normal, calm person you'd see in a casual YouTube storytime video. She spoke softly. "Oh, delivery? You're a little late." She signed for the package and then suddenly asked, "How did the road feel tonight?" I chuckled. "A bit dark, but nothing I can't handle." She nodded slowly. "Yes, this road is always strangely quiet at night. People think the empty houses are still empty." I asked, "What do you mean?" She paused, as if deciding whether to say something, then smiled. "Nothing. Probably just my own fears." Reasonable. Living here would make anyone paranoid. I handed her the package. She held it close and asked, "How many deliveries today?" "Just this one," I said, "my last stop." She whispered, "Good. Then you won't have to go anywhere else tonight." For a second, her eyes looked darker, like a shadow crossed them. I thought I imagined it. I turned to leave when she suddenly said, "If you ever have to deliver on this road again, don't get out of your car, all right?" I turned back. "Why?" She didn't answer, just slowly closed the door. The last thing I heard was her whisper, "Some things pretend to love you until they finally notice you." Docker latch clicks. Silence. That was the first moment I felt the air turn colder. I walked toward my car, leaves rustling, no streetlights anywhere. Then I heard it, a low, deep sound. Footsteps, slow, heavy. I froze, turned around. No one. I kept walking. Just as I opened my car door, I saw it. Far down the road, a tall silhouette, not moving, not walking, just standing. And in its hand hung a red lantern. My chest tightened. I thought, nobody lives out here. So who the hell is that? The woman's warning echoed in my head. "Don't get out of the car." I jumped inside, started the engine, and at that exact moment, Mia called. Her voice was shaky. "Where are you?" "Just finishing up," I said. "Leaving now?" Then she asked something that made my skin crawl. "Do you have a coworker wearing a long black coat?" "Someone keeps walking in front of our house." "What? What does he look like?" I asked. Mia whispered, "He's holding a red lantern." I slammed the brakes. My breath stopped. I wasn't anywhere near her house yet. So, how was that man already there, before me? My throat dried up. I shouted, "MIA! Lock every door! Go upstairs, grab the baby, and stay in the room. Now!" And then, I didn't hear her scream. I didn't hear breaking glass. I heard something worse. A slow, steady knock. Mia whispered, He's right outside the door." There was only one thing left to do. I drove faster than I had ever driven in my life, but I had no idea that what I was heading toward was not safety, but the truth. The terrible, impossible truth. Mia's call suddenly cut off. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3. It felt like time stopped. My hands were shaking on the wheel. Breathing felt impossible. Only one thought kept repeating in my head. How did the man with the red lantern reach my cousin's house before I did? Was he in 2 places at once? The fear hit me all at once as the car sped onto the highway. The road was empty, completely silent. Just wind and the sound of crickets. Then, in my rearview mirror, a faint red light began to flicker, very far away, but unmistakable. I narrowed my eyes. The light was swaying, like someone was walking, holding a lantern. But this was a highway. Nobody walks on a highway. I hit the gas. 80, 90, 100. But no matter how fast I drove, the red glow stayed the same distance away. Never closer, never farther, as if someone or something was matching my speed step for step. I reached Mia's house at 11:38 p.m. The entire neighborhood was silent, not a single house light on. I ran from the car. Their front door was slightly open. "Mia!" I shouted. I stepped inside. Her voice came from behind the sofa. "Don't close the door." She was crouched there, holding my little nephew tight, both trembling. I whispered, "Where is he? Where did he go?" She pointed behind me and whispered, "He's not outside. He's inside the house." The wooden floor creaked beneath my feet, and then I heard it. The soft, rhythmic sway of a lantern. Not footsteps, not breathing, just a gentle back and forth, swaying. The sound was coming from the dark dining room. My blood ran cold. I slowly lifted my phone, turned on the flashlight, and stepped toward the sound. The beam of light touched the darkness, and I saw him. A man, tall, thin, long-limbed, human, but not human. And his face? There was no face at all, just a black hollow emptiness where a face should be, like staring into a hole that didn't end. In his hand was a red lantern, but the flame inside it wasn't moving, not flickering, not alive, perfectly still. Earlier the lantern had swayed, but now the flame was dead, still. Why? He slowly lifted his head and a sound came out. A low, broken noise like a torn throat trying to speak. I couldn't move. He raised the lantern and pointed it directly at me. Mia's voice cracked as she cried, "He said, whoever he shows the lantern to, he takes them away." Suddenly, the entire house lost power, lights out. My phone shut off. Everything went black, except the lantern. It glowed red right in front of my face. Someone leaned in close to my ear and whispered, "You're on the wrong road." I jumped back, grabbed Mia and the baby, and dragged them toward the front door. We ran, burst outside, jumped into the car. As the engine roared, I heard a sound coming from inside the house. Not laughter, not exactly. More like something pretending to laugh, or failing to. I couldn't tell if it was happy or furious. Driving away, I glanced into the rearview mirror. Every window of the house lit up with a floating red lantern, no hand holding it, no body, just hanging in the air. I took Mia and the baby somewhere safe. The police came, they searched the house, and then they said, "There's no lantern here, no man, no footprints, nothing." I stared at them. "What do you mean? We all saw it." The officer shook his head. "This house burned down 3 years ago. No one lives here." I felt my knees go weak. Then the officer added, 3 years ago, a delivery driver died in the fire. People said he'd been carrying a red lantern." My chest tightened. What was his name?" I asked. The officer looked at his notes. "Leon Hart." I froze. That was the name stitched inside the jacket I still wore. The uniform I'd been given when I joined the delivery company. Leon Hart had worn it before me. The man I saw, the faceless one, the one holding the lantern, was a dead delivery driver. And they say, the one he chooses, the one he finds, becomes the next him. 3 years have passed, but some nights, when I'm driving alone on the highway, I still see it, far in the distance, a red glow, slowly swaying back and forth. And I wonder, is he coming to take me next?